that will make you go back to square one. So having fear is good, but not to the extent or level where it will limit you from doing things. But you need to trust Allah to be able to guide you to do certain decisions.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to another episode of One Limitless Question with Z, a safe space where every answer reveals a story. I'm your host, Z, and I'm honored to have you here with us today. Here on One Limitless Question, I asked just one question, a question that explores what it means to be limitless in life, in faith, and in becoming the woman Allah created you to be. But before we dive into the question, I would love for my beautiful guest to introduce herself. So, Queen, please tell us your name, what you do, and where people can connect with you.
Okay, my name is Jamila Mwamodu. I'm an entrepreneur. I do business, and my Facebook handle is Jamila Mwamodu, Princess Jamila, and then Instagram Princess Jamila. TikTok is Princess Jamila as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that, sis. Now, let's get into the question. What does being limitless mean to you?
Actually, that question is a very powerful question, but a lot of people live in
Okay.
that and don't understand the meaning of actually being limitless as human beings based on how we live in life. As human beings, actually, we are limited, but if you are living, you're actually limitless. So you do not have to limit yourself. There was a time where I felt actually limited, but right now, I don't think there's anything, anyone, or anybody, nothing in this life makes me actually feel limited. Limitless actually means you being able to do the things you want to do without feeling stuck, without being someone or anything holding you back. I guess that's basically if my own understanding and definition being limitless.
So, is there any moment or experience in your life where you truly felt limitless or wished you had been limitless?
Yes, there was a moment in my life where I actually felt limitless. And that was because I was
Okay.
trying to please family members and friends,
Okay.
because I was trying to get people's
Okay.
approval, which we actually don't need. Because the only approval you need
Yeah.
is the approval of Allah and the approval of your parents. If
Yeah.
your parents give you the go ahead to do something, just go ahead and do it. In as much as you have the blessings of your parents and you have the support of Allah, I think that's it. You should keep flying. There was a time that I really felt stuck. There were great things I wanted to do, but I was like, what would my family think? I was trying to please people that never really cared, but right now, I do not think that I feel limitless anymore, actually.
Okay. Alhamdulillah for that. Do you believe that being limitless means letting go of fear and trusting Allah more deeply?
Letting go of fear, no, because you cannot trust Allah if you don't have fear. So you have to have the fear of Allah and you have to have fear to be able to be limitless. If you do not have fear, you would make a lot of mistakes. You would take careless risks and then everything will just crash. But if you have some fear in you, you would trust Allah to be able to guide you and take you higher. And you will actually be limitless when you have some fear in you so that you do not fall into some traps for unnecessary risks that will make you go back to square one. So having fear is good, but not to the extent or level where it will limit you from doing things. But you need to trust Allah to be able to guide you to do certain decisions.
Okay. Sometimes being limitless means outgrowing places or people that keeps you small. So how do you handle that part of the journey?
In my own opinion, there is no way that you can be limitless without growth. So before you become limitless, you have to grow. And
Okay.
I do not think that actually being limitless makes you outgrow certain people. It's growth that makes you outgrow certain people. You will actually outgrow certain people, certain places. That's definitely it.
Okay. So is there any way that growth has made you outgrow some people, and how do you undo that part of your
Of
journey?
course, though I've grown a lot of people, just like people have outgrown me. I've grown a lot of places. Like today we're discussing in the house, and I gave an example of an incident that once happened with a family member. We used to discuss about certain things, but when I got to travel, understand certain realities of life, and I came back and similar topic came up, and we're going to start having those kind of arguments again. And then I realized that, oh my God, I've outgrown these kind of discussions, these kind of topics. I think that
Yeah.
I should continue, talking in this kind of narration. So yes, we do outgrow places, we do outgrow people. That's definitely it. But it's growth that makes you. If you're limitless, you do not care about where you are or who you are with, the people you are with. If you have wings to fly, you fly. It doesn't matter where. It
Yeah.
is the growth that actually will move you from those places. It is the fact that you feel in you that this place is limiting me and I need to leave this place to be able to be limitless, to be able to fly. And those are the things that remove you from that place, to become limitless.
Yes. So what are the tips you think you can advise people so that they can outgrow whichever places they want to outgrow respectfully? You don't have to outgrow people and make them your enemy. So there are ways you can still outgrow some people respectfully and you can still be friends, but you are going to create some boundaries, you understand?
Actually, my friends of since way back are still my friends, and we grow together. We've been growing together. That's one.
Mhm.
Secondly, I do not believe in being stuck. And I learn from friends because there's this particular friend that her way of life has given me strength and courage to be able to do things without fear. And she's that kind of a person that can wake up at any time, any moment, and just leave. She can just pack her bags and go to another town. And that used to give me, like, for instance, I'm in Kaduna now, and a job brought me to Kaduna without me ever staying in Kaduna before. I never thought about it. They told me there's a job in Kaduna. Are you ready? I was like, yes, I'm ready to go. And they were like, okay, interview is this day.
Exactly.
Can we go? I was like, let's go. Immediately when I got the job and I stayed without thinking twice, without thinking twice. So if you really want to grow, you really don't have to limit yourself. A lot of people are very comfortable in their comfort zone. You have to
Yeah,
leave your comfort
exactly.
zone. Like there are some people that have been talking to them, like, leave your comfort zone. Don't be scared. Don't, because another thing that actually keep people in one's place is you being worried about what people will talk, what people will think, what they will say. Forget about whatever anybody or whoever is going to say. Just make sure that you have the fear of Allah, you have the guidance of Islam,
Mhm.
and the guidance of parents if they
Mhm.
mean well to you, and fly.
Thank you so much for that, sis. Now, when you picture the most limitless version of yourself, what does she looks like? And what are the steps you are taking to becoming her?
My future version is becoming
Yeah, the most limitless version of you.
10 times greater, 10 times better. And as I'm soaring, I also want to hold the hands of some sisters to soar together with. So I guess that's the future I see. Very bright with my sisters alongside, not just me alone. Because
Yeah.
um, we, the Northerners, sometimes achieving certain things for women is a little bit, it's hard, not a little bit, it's hard. So you get tagged all kinds of names. But then if you have broken a certain chain, don't go alone. Be able to hold some sister's hands
Yeah.
so that you guys can soar together. So that's the future I see. Being a very big woman, of course, by the grace of Allah.
So, inshallah, Qasala. So, what are the steps you are taking to becoming that most limited version of you?
Being conscious, being mindful, um, making a lot of dua for Allah's guidance and
Mhm.
reminder every day,
Mhm.
because if Allah does not guide you, if Allah does not put you on the right path, there's nothing you can do. You cannot do anything alone as a human. So being mindful, doing a lot of investments, a lot of studies, and in fact, joining a lot of programs just like this one, making sure that we have a lot of awareness, understanding, and growth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Mashallah. Thank you so much for that. So, sis, why do you think it is important for we as women to always remind ourselves that we are limitless.
It's very important. Are we not the porter for humanity? We
Yeah,
are the porter for
of course we
humanity.
are.
We are the one that give birth to both men and women. So being limitless for women is
Yeah.
very important. And for me, I've never felt in my life that I'm actually limited except one particular time where I said I wanted to do great things, but I wanted to please certain family members that actually really didn't care. But when I looked back,
Yeah.
I realized that everything that I asked my mom or told my mom I wanted to do, or my parents, they never said no. Everything was like, yes, go
No, yeah.
ahead. Fine, go ahead. And my grandmother that I also grew up with never said no. Everything was okay. Before you do
Yeah.
it, think of the advantages and the disadvantages. So those women made me to understand, and the way they lived their life showed that they actually were not limited. So why
Yeah.
should I limit myself? And women shouldn't limit themselves too. So for us women, we shouldn't, because a lot of women actually limit themselves intentionally, thinking that they are helping themselves. No, my dear sister, you are not. You need to fly, because you need to show the
Yeah.
people behind that women are not supposed to be stuck in one place.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think we need to have a kind of cycle that will like appreciate us, a cycle that will encourage us to grow, a cycle that will push you. If you do something wrong, they will
Exactly.
correct you.
We women actually need to create such kind of soft as space
Yeah.
and such kind of circles for ourselves. It's
Yeah.
really important.
At least, even if you are going through some rough phases, you will see some women that will tell you that, okay, I've been there. And you find some people that will relate with you more. You know, that kind of sisterhood. Of course, there are some men that can do that. Of course, we have our husbands, but you know, it's another feeling that you are talking to a woman like you that has already felt what you are going
Exactly.
through. I have some sisters that when they want to talk about childbirth, the pain, the everything, you know, even if you are talking about it to your husband, he can't really
Exactly.
relate
They
with you
cannot
the way
really
you
relate
are
as
there.
if it is with a
Yeah,
woman.
yeah, those kind
That's
of,
very true.
yeah. So we need to have that kind of circle among ourselves to encourage ourselves, to encourage each other that being limitless, we don't have to stay stuck in our comfort zone. And some of us are even the enabler of it. We don't want to move. We are just too comfortable staying in that particular place we are. We don't just want to move at all, which is not
It's
okay.
not.
We
It's
have to,
not.
we have
It's not
to
okay.
move.
And you shouldn't limit yourself and don't allow other people to limit you too. It's it's not.
That's why I said we are enabling it because if they say that thing you cannot do it, if you yourself you already said that at the back of the mind, okay, they said I can't, maybe I cannot, you understand? But if you keep pushing them, you see, you think I can't do it, then you show them that you
Think
can, you know, that kind of
very
thing.
that's very
Yeah,
this
yeah,
discussion I had it with one of my friend not long ago, because I was just trying to encourage her to do things better and greater.
hmm,
Like she
yeah,
shouldn't be limiting herself, worrying about what people would say back home and stuff like that. People actually
exactly.
really don't care, because if you're crying
They
today, no,
don't,
how many people will come for your rescue? Like very few. And if
no,
you're hungry today, you go to
no,
beg, people will still laugh at you before they help you. So help yourself.
yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for that, Sid. What would you say to another queen out there who is still very scared to be limitless, scared to speak up, and scared to take that first step? Like an advice, what would you say to them?
It's okay to be scared, but for how long are you going to be scared? How long are you going to be quiet? You shouldn't stay in that zone, you know. And for me, actually, I do not think that women should be scared to speak. I do not think that women should be
Yeah,
scared to do things. If there's anything that you think is not right that they've done to you, speak up. And when it comes to being limitless, my dear sister, you cannot be scared when you want to achieve great things. So you just have to go out and soar high. So do not be scared.
yeah,
Do not be silent. If you don't leave, if that, I mean, it's just like you staying at home, waiting for money to come and meet you when you're not doing anything. There is nothing you can achieve
anything.
just staying at home. It's just like you meeting new friends. You cannot actually meet great friends if you don't go out. So it's just like you going out,
Exactly.
meeting people, networking to be able to grow. So my dear
Yeah,
sister and queen out there, you do not need to stay one place. You do not need to be scared. You do not need to be silent. Start today. Start anyhow, anywhere. You do not need perfection, because that's another thing. We always want you to be perfect. You do not need to be perfect. Just start from somewhere. You want to be good, right? And you
Yeah.
want to be limitless. So start from somewhere. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you praying for Allah to put baraka in something, maybe in a business, and you're not even starting that business. What's going to put baraka in?
You're praying for Allah to give you risk and still you're doing nothing. Okay, so
Yeah,
how is it
doing
bless you?
nothing. Yeah, so Allah says, tie your camel and put your trust in Allah. But if you are not tying that camel, the camel is going to run away. So at least you need to take the step. You need to do something before Allah can do something for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you so much for today, sis. I'm really, really grateful for you honoring this our
You for
small podcast. I'm so, so grateful. And do you have any other thing to say before I round up? Because that's basically all.
basically just a few points.
Okay.
Women encouraging women, women supporting women
Yeah,
supporting women and not being jealous of women encouraging
exactly.
women
Mm,
investing with women. I
yes,
guess these are very important things. And women also not limiting themselves because if women are
yeah,
limiting themselves. We have women that have great potentials. To limit
potentials.
themselves,
Yeah.
and people cannot know those potentials they have unless they bring them out. So
Yes.
that's my roundup.
So thank you so much for sharing your arts with us today, Queen. And I pray Almighty Allah continue to guide you, strengthen you, and reward you for your honesty and courage. And thank you to everyone listening. This is another gentle reminder that becoming limitless isn't about having everything figured out. It is about continuing to grow into the woman Allah created you to be. So if this episode resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. You can also follow us on all our social media at One Limited Question with Z. And I will see you in the next episode, inshallah. Don't forget to always look good, smell good, feel good, and be limitless with Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Peace out. Thank you so much, sis. I'm so, so
Right.
grateful.